Boss cut my pay so I cut revenue. I work in a restaurant and my boss lowered my pay so I stopped upselling. Probably cost him more than double what the pay cut is so far. Fight the power. Nothing says I hate you and wish to demotivate you like cutting pay. I hope you can find something else soon. Every fifth customer, suggest a different place. I never did upselling. Oh, you want me to pressure customers to buy what they don't want or need? Seems scummy. Do I at least get a commission? No? You keep all additional profits? Sounds like I'm not doing it. You might want to even suggest cheaper alternatives, haha. I don't know where you live. So look into if you are able to file for unemployment for the difference in pay. I mean, right on, but new job new you? Fuck that guy though. Fucked up to lower someone's pay. Work your wage. It should be illegal to cut pay. I just don't understand how they seem to think that CEOs will work better for more money. But everybody else will. What? Work for the fun of it? If my boss cut my pay, I'm out. That's bullshit. I got my payout by 4.50 an hour and my gas card got turned off. The reason was because the company wasn't doing well. And management wasn't cutting their own pay. Never mind the 2.5 hours a day in commute, and I just signed a new lease in a town that required more than what I was paid anyway. Apparently, my pay cut alone would be enough and nobody else needed to take one. That was obviously my last day working there. And I was still able to collect unemployment until I found something 5 minutes from my new home. Fuck companies. Do what makes you happy and rich. And let everything else burn. For 25 cents less you can get an extra small constructive dismissal. This constitutes a legal termination. You are due eligible for unemployment if you decide to stop working there. Business suicide v. The toxic attitude by ownership or management that employee pay is a cost and not an investment. Anyone anywhere owes it to themselves to resign immediately upon the first mention of a pay cut. They are banking on you accepting the terms out of desperation. Remind them that gambling is never a positive payout in the long term. How does anybody stay at a job when the pay goes down? Like, why didn't you go immediately look for another job and leave as soon as possible? Report the boss to the labor department. You should unionize. Talk to your fellow employees about better pay and working conditions. I don't know what I would do if my boss cut my salary. I'd probably set the entire place on fire if I were that kind of person. You know what you need to do: find a new job. I heard of you get your salary cut, you may be able to file for unemployment. Please check. But start looking for a new job. In this day and age, no one needs to have their salary cut. It's hard enough already. Unionize. It's the only way to stop this kind of thing. You have more power than you think, and unionizing is a more respectable pay cut. Find new job. Why stop there? Start giving complimentary food. I did something similar. Worked at a place where we had to work through our lunch. But they bought us lunch. It wasn't a very busy job, so you could normally sit for 20 minutes unbothered. Then they changed it to normal 30-minute lunch break, but no longer bought us lunch. I missed the convenience of not having to make and pack a lunch. So I started giving everyone 30 off. The most I could without triggering a manager required password. Did that for about a year before changing jobs. My job does this subscription save co-test among the employees to motivate us to convince customers quitting the subscription to stay. The prize is stupid and useless. I ignore I every single time. Fuck you. Lose business for running it like this. I'm not arguing for you when you continually disregard the customer base and let us be their punching bag. Good. Screw that greedy bastard. How much further could your boss cut your pay? Most restaurants only pay $2.50 hour and the rest is tips. Sounds fair. Why don't you understand that you are not supposed to profit from your hard work? I am? Every manager. I was paid $19.50 an hour for a DHL airport job in October of 2009. That's $28.04 in today's terms. Now I'm paid $14.50 at McDonald's. Adjusted for inflation. That's 51.7 my old pay. So I work 51.7 as hard at McDonald's as I did at that job. I'll work more when they pay more. Then not keeping up with call only makes me lazier lol sleeping. This is the way. Know two guys that this happened to. One was hyper, got everything done fast plus extra. The other better paid, only did minimum, was slow. The slow worker still employed, making 3-4 times what cut employee it makes sense. The slower employee was suggested to slow their roll if gonna make it in industry. My boss gave me a raise, then gave me harder work to do. So now I got injured, now I'm out on workers' comp. Restaurant shit job shit boss. So many people are doing this. It's a great strategy, will tangible results. I am sure this will end well. Look into filing unemployment for the wage difference. I once dated a server that hated her job too. My place needed some cutlery and other kitchenware. She made sure my kitchen was fully stocked before she quit. You always give more to a subordinate, but to take away inspires treachery. Take the extra measure and use his credit card to subsidize the customer's orders and tell them it's on the house. Save the empire. Way to act your wage. Is this legal? Is cutting pay legal? There's no bigger turnoff as a diner than being brazenly upsold. The other night we had just poured the last bit of wine and the server appeared absolutely out of nowhere holding another bottle and peppily asked, "Can I get you another bottle?" We were just like, no thank you. Is that even legal in the contract? That's right, half-ass the job. That's the American way. Had OP been smart, they would have worked a month or more, then go to the labor board. Would have got back pay and employer would have been fined for each violation. Far more money than the restaurant makes in a day. Man, you were actually upselling? I never did this dumb shit. Who cares? Honestly, I don't. Amazing in today's world with all the poop, someone would have their pay cut. You're on your way out. Start looking now. Nice. Are you a server? Because if so, then you are hurting yourself even more with lower tips. Why on earth am I getting downvoted? I am just pointing out that if you're a server and you sell less, that means less tips for you. I didn't invent the tipping system. This is just how it works. People in this sub are not very smart. Just so we're clear, all you've really done is justify to your boss that he needed to reduce the payroll budget. He sees revenue is down and will pat himself on the back for taking action. This was not the win you really think it is, TBH. Why don't you quit, move to another restaurant that might appreciate the upselling? And when your boss asks you why you were leaving, point it out. Course, if your boss finds this out, he'll fire your ass. X200B. Maybe accept that your boss has all the power and you're a slave. You can do shit illegally and unethically, but the power and money is theirs, not yours. This might be a case of cutting off one's nose to spite their face. When a server upsells or suggests an appetizer after dinner, drink, or dessert, they are increasing the check average of their guests, which in turn increases their tip, provided this is a tipping establishment. I think this is short-sighted of op.